What's going on, everybody, man? Listen, I know the intro to that show was kind of lame. You know what I'm saying? We were trying to like freestyle it, but it is what it is, guys. You know what I mean? Y'all know it's SKOL'd Live. We lit over here regardless. But I think Yogi like took
And
the
paid our bills.
he took our intro out, man. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. We still love Yogi, man. It's all good. Listen, we gonna get into some stuff tonight, man. For the ones that were tuned over at Dave, they had Jade on tonight, man. Great show over there. Yeah, Justin Day, Purple and Gold for Days. You had Dave. They were rocking it out, man. Well, we appreciate y'all tapping in with us tonight because SKOL'd Live is back. You know what I mean? What is this, our third show? I think it's our third. Right? Yeah. No. Yeah, it's our third. Yeah, and this third. Damn, this is already our third one. No, because we did one last Tuesday. We did one 2 Tuesdays ago. So third. Right. This is number 3, man. Shout out to number 3, man. You know
what a milestone.
What a milestone, man. What a milestone, man. I mean, we working. Hey, but man, yeah, we're gonna definitely get into it tonight, man. We're gonna talk about a couple things. We got Purple Gang in the building, man. Let's shout out everybody in the building. Y'all already know how we get down, man. My SKOL'd bro in the building, man. Appreciate the SKOL'd bro. You already know Mafia. We got My Worthless Opinion, MWO. Let's get it, man. Appreciate you tapping in with us tonight, man. Holden, I see you, my guy. Appreciate you. Mary, let's go. I want to mock in the building, man. Let's get it, man. We got, I already said Mary. All right. We got Mana Scrugger. Appreciate you tapping in. Let's get it. You get the Ric Flair. Let's go, Purple Gang. We got Dylan in the building. Shout out Dylan, man. Always good to see you in the building. All right, listen, man. We're going to talk about the Arizona Cardinals and what we expect. Listen, for one, man, I want to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to keep it real. What do you feel about the Arizona Cardinals?
Well, we hold out so many of our starters and backups that it almost makes us impossible to win, which gives me a lot of credit. I give a lot of credit to the fact that we actually have led at both halves these first 2 games. But I really have no faith of us going out and winning with the players we put out there to start the game. We don't build a lead and we don't hold that lead. And there's no way to do that. And it's kind of crazy. So I give us a lot of credit for leading at both halves with the offensive line we put out there and the defensive line we're putting out there. So, hey, I think what the Redskins have now won 24 games in a row in preseason.
Yeah,
I'd rather have ours at 24 preseason games in a row or something like that, and they won it on a field goal.
Wow. So I guess it shows that preseason, I mean, it matters for the players.
I say Redskins, but I meant Commanders.
Yeah, it matters for the players. You know what I'm saying? It definitely matters for the players. Because I had somebody comment and was saying, you know, preseason, it's preseason, it doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah, well, tell the UDFAs out there playing that it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like tell the third stringers it doesn't matter. Let's see how they feel.
I think it matters to them. I same as someone tells me only that regular season doesn't matter. I say try to tell that to the players. You know, they want to win, even if they're 0-15, they want to win that last game. They want to win. They want to have that win.
Absolutely, man. Like, I mean, football, come on, man. It's one of the most competitive sport. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to win? I don't give a damn. You put the pads on and you tighten up that chin strap, man. You trying to win the game. Like, you know, like that's the goal going into most competitive sports. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the goal. Sports in general is to win. But man, shout out nephew in the building. We got Jade in the building. I see you, Jade. Good show you had over there with the fellas. Shout out Jade, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. Go subscribe to my nephew, man. JJ Vikings for sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know, when it comes to the Cardinals, I look at it. We've been seeing some film or just some clips, I'll say, of them at practice, and I'm like, yo. Like, bro, if we can't beat the Cardinals, I don't care if it's third string, second string. Like, listen, we should win this football game, man. We haven't won a preseason game in 3 years. All right. And the thing is, I had my daughter on last stream, and usually when she pops in stream, we win, man. It didn't
That's
work.
what SK said. You know?
I'm like, damn, Lundy. My daughter didn't help us for the time. I think we should get this win though, man. I think we're gonna make history, man. We're gonna make history on what is it, Saturday? We're gonna make history on Saturday, man. We're gonna win. You know what I mean? But Yeah, man. So let's talk about like some 53. We'll do like some 53 man roster predictions, just like a couple, just to say like who do we believe as far
Like
as like
maybe some surprises who make the team and who maybe gets
like some surprises who makes the team. And y'all can definitely participate in the comments, man. You already know how we get down. So like let's start with the defense. To me, and I don't think Ivan Pace is a surprise to make the team. I think he's like he's almost like now talking about like a second
he is
year.
such a welcome surprise, and you called it, Rap. I didn't know who he was until, well, I didn't know really about him until the list of the UDFA's came out, and then Rap was like jumping up for joy and making it rain.
Yeah.
It was immaculate. Him praising Ivan Pace Jr. and he's won money for this. I
Yeah,
saw the
man.
$100 Dante dropped on you in one of your in one of your shows because he owed you that. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely
man.
wrong about Pace. So
Yup. Yup. He got some
that's
money
just
off that bet.
that is the best thing that's came out of this off season, I think. And I'm like, why didn't you draft him?
Right.
Why did you have to
Right.
wait?
Yeah, there was like last game when I did the post game, there was a couple things I was hard on him about because I did see a couple little things, and I think it's part of it's because my expectations for him are so high. Like I expect him to be so good,
Like,
and
what did you
like there was
see?
just a couple gaps that when he hit the holes, he didn't really have effort. Like even on that, I feel like even on that touchdown where the running back leaped over Lewis Seen, like pace was there. Now that was on the defensive tackle for the most part, though. I
Jesus
don't know.
Smith got blown off the line. It was
Yeah, he got blown
ugly.
up. You know what I mean? Like it's not all the way on Pace's fault, but like I said again, my bar is so high for him to where, I just expect him to make that play and make that read because he was there. You know what I mean? He could have got his hand on him, man, or something. But now at the end of the day, man, the guy ain't gonna be perfect, but he's already so impressive, and that's all we can ask for. And he's possibly gonna be a starter, man. That's crazy, man. It's crazy that he can maybe put Asamoah down the depth chart, which I rather see him and Asamoah together. But I think Hicks, SK said it. He feels like Hicks is very important to this football team, and we're going to be surprised how good of a year he has. I'm not on that train, but I do believe just the vet, just him being the vet, is going to give him, the upper hand. So,
Asamoah apparently went through installs today, so we might be seeing him this week in practice.
oh, okay, okay.
That
What
was on
was he?
Twitter.
Was he injured or something?
Yeah, he has been practicing for a while now.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, see, and so did we hear anything about our boys? Like, well, let's talk about Scene. I seen somebody talked about Scene. Like, I don't for one, Scene's not getting cut. Scene's definitely gonna be on the roster. You know what I mean?
So,
Like,
guys, they're not going to cut. They're not going to cut Jaron Hall. He was a 5th-round pick. They're not going to cut Jay Ward. He was a 4th-round pick. They're not going to cut Lewis Seen or Andrew Boo Jr. They're 1st and 2nd-round picks. Ed
yeah.
Ed Ingram's not getting cut. He's a 2nd-round pick. They're not going to cut those guys.
Yeah, nah. Nah, a lot of the cuts are going to be like guys we brought in the off season. You know what I mean? All those random names y'all were seeing popping up throughout the off season. All Vikings bringing Joe Smo from the XFL. Like those are going to be a lot of the names you're going to see on the list for the cut list. But man, let's give it up for Dykes, man. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
that's my next video I'm going to do. Not a whole lot to talk about because there's not much tape on him. I couldn't find it. I barely could find anything. Maybe some promo stuff from the Richmond Spiders. But
yeah,
uh, the things I did find, I don't think this obscure giraffe site had him running a 4.67. He don't look like a 4.67 to me. Even in his highlights in college, he looks like he looks like he's got good vision and can run a route out of the backfield. And I saw some tape on him blocking very well. Richmond Spiders, even though he had like 700 yards his last season, he was all conference. He got some receiving yards in there, but he was all conference kick returner. He had like 27 yards a kick his freshman year. He averaged that, of course, across all 4 seasons. So he's a legitimate threat to make this team. And I think he does if Kene does not, or if he goes on the IR.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out Jason MC. I see you, man. Shout out Jason MC from Destin, Florida. Let's get it, man. Appreciate you tapping in
Florida
with us
boy in the
tonight, man.
house.
We got Florida boy, another Florida boy, man. You welcome, man. Dave is a Florida boy as well, man. The Florida Vikings, you already know.
Yeah.
Man has said, is Evans practicing? I don't think is Evans practicing. I think so. He should be, right? I know he had the little scare with
it was supposed to be cleared by Monday.
Yeah,
I don't know
think
positive. If anybody can find that, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, so I heard you guys with
Jalen
Jay
Nailor's
talking,
practicing though.
Jalen Nailor's back. That's a big man. Let's get a Ric Flair for that, man. Let's talk about that. But real quick, I did hear y'all talking about like DJ Wanham, Patrick Jones, Luigi Villain, the villain. You know what I call him, but you know, I did hear y'all talking about them too. Out of those 3 players, who do you think's on the bubble to get to not make the roster? I feel like one of them's not gonna make it, honestly.
Here's the problem. I haven't seen Wanham playing in preseason, right? He played maybe the first game, but I don't think he played the second. And we're kind of holding out guys that are for sure making the team. Like the same reason why I'm like, change the subject almost here, but why like Nick Muse might get cut, even though he's playing so well. And we're like sitting there with Munt, right? Because he's not playing in the games, and KOC corners himself again, like he did with Jordan Addison, saying he's a instant starter. That, you know, Johnny Munt is the best third tight end in the league. Do you then cut the best third tight end in the league?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so don't do that anymore, man.
Listen, I thought about Nick Muse playing, like Nick Muse, the way he's playing. Shout out to that kid, man. Like,
he's blocking too.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, yo, like there's a part of me that just believes like Kwesi being Kwesi, just going off of what we know so far and how he likes to operate. Why is there a part of me saying, you know what? Why extend TJ Hawkinson? We got Nick Muse. Like, I'm telling you right now, that kid's balling, man. And I'm like, yo,
they interviewed Muse, and they brought that up, and he's like, I'm not even on the same level as TJ Hawkinson. I'm not even on the same level.
Damn, he said that?
Yeah. Well, the question, I didn't hear the exact question, but I heard TJ Hawkinson. I'm not even on that level. Those guys are up here. I'm not. But he's playing like it though, right? He's playing very well, and I'm more impressed the fact that he's blocking too. And he says, "Yeah, I wasn't ready to play last year. I'm telling," and I feel like this year I've instilled some confidence in them, and I in turn have that confidence that I'm playing some. And he is. He's playing fast. He's playing smart. He's not dropping the ball like he did in a couple preseason games. He made it on the practice squad. I don't see how he could survive the waiver wire after him showing so well on tape in his preseason game. But who knows?
Yeah, there is a lot of good tight ends though that are playing right now in preseason. Like, I don't know if anybody else. Shout out David. I see you, David, man. Appreciate you tapping in with us tonight, David. Get you a Ric Flair in there, man. But like, there's a lot of good tight ends playing lately in the preseason. Like, if you're watching the other teams and stuff like that, like there's a lot of tight ends, man. Like, you know, tight ends are definitely on the come up lately. You know, every so many years, there's always a position group that kind of stands out. And I think a lot of the tight ends are standing out right now, man, for sure. Not just on the Vikings, you know, a lot of the guys are around the league. So I don't know, man, but
hey. You do this to me, but I never do this to you. Like Jade's saying, you got the hot take, Muse is greater than Hawkinson. I'm like, you know, wait, Rap thinks Muse is greater than Hawkinson. I could use that. I'm gonna pull the clip. Pull the clip, man. It's Rap says, why extend Hawkinson when we got us Nick Muse?
Hey, but that, you know, like that's how I feel like Kwesi thinks, man. It's it's actually annoying. I mean, obviously you want to keep Hawkinson. Us as Vikings fans, we know the truth, right? But I'm telling you, like, it's one of those things, man. It's like, oh man, because it seems like it's all about saving money. So I've been thinking about this the past couple of days, and I'm like, you know, and I'm guilty of it sometimes too. But sometimes us as Vikings fans, like, we worry more about the Vikings bank account than we do about getting good football players or keeping good football players, shall I say? You know what I mean? And to me, man, I'm like, yo, I don't like that vibe, bro. Like, why are we worrying about how much money the Wolves got, man? Listen, we shouldn't worry, but we should want all the good football players that we can keep, you know. And like TJ Hawkinson, like it's like, why is there even a gridlock? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I just wonder, like, why
Yeah,
is there
Nick
even a
Muse.
discussion? You know what I mean? Like there shouldn't even be a discussion. It should be how much you want, you know, make it realistic, obviously, and boom, you know what I mean? Get it done, bro. Like for
All
real.
the
Cause
tight ends look good in that
I'm
last
not buying
preseason
into
game.
this. I'm not buying into this ear infection shit. I'm just not. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they interviewed TJ Hawkinson. I watched it last night, and I'm telling you, they're asking him questions about the ear infection, and he's laughing and shit. He's like, it's almost like it's a gimmick, man. Like
Judd asked him about, you know, are you guys in talks? He said, I don't worry about that. That's my, you know, that's my agent.
Yeah, it's definitely a gimmick.
Sure.
Two Evil said, can we cut Dalvin again? Man, leave Dalvin alone, man. Leave Dalvin alone. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm ready to see our running attack this season, though. I'm going to tell you right now, I am. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you right now, y'all better hope they do good because RAP going to hold it on y'all. I'm holding it on y'all. For the ones who dislike Cook, man, you know, by the time we get finished paying all these 8 running backs that we're going to keep on the roster, I mean, we could have just kept, you know, a Pro Bowler on there. You know what I'm saying? For the same price. But that we'll talk about that later in the season. You know what I mean? Let's see. I do have faith though.
Wasn't Kenny a Pro Bowler? No,
yeah.
he wasn't.
Yeah, special team. He made the Pro Bowl for special
this
team.
last year he did.
He made a special team for Pro Bowl.
It was crazy because he didn't make it the first, or was it that he didn't make the all pro team? That's what it was.
Yeah. We are stacked at tight end though, because you notice and shit, we forget about Josh. I forget about Josh Oliver too. God damn. You know what I mean? Like which Josh Oliver brings a different skill set to the team, like with the blocking. But you know, shout out SKOL'd Barber, man. I see you, my guy.
Yeah, wide receiver, tight end, and safety seems like our 3 like deepest.
Yeah, and I want to get a little spicy right here too, talking about, you know, tight end and safety, because I heard y'all talk about this on the show y'all had before this too.
Not the sexiest of positions, right? Yeah.
It's almost like, why does Kwesi, like, for one, your very first draft as a GM, you go safety. Now, this is not a knock on Scene, but I'm just like, yo, you go safety in your like, to be honest with you, a lot of people will tell you do not draft a safety in the first round unless you know he's a generational talent, bro. Like for real. And you know what? Josh Hamilton probably was Kyle Hamilton, I'm sorry, was the only one who really gave off that vibe, you know, and he showed it last year too. And I was big. I text Dave earlier, like last year, my player that I was really high on, like I am with Ivan Pace, was Jalen Petrie with the Texans. And he showed it too. And we could have got him in the second round. You know what I'm saying? If you really wanted a safety, if you would have evaluated it properly, because that dude's a beast, bro. Like for real. And it's like, but why go safety, man? You know, like we passed up on some names last year, and I don't want to be dwelling on the past. It is what it is, man. I think Scene's gonna be okay, but he hasn't showed me that he's gonna be a superstar. Now he ain't gonna replace Harrison Smith. He ain't showed me that.
Well, the situation he has this year, right? He's got Lewis Scene's like the 4th safety or 3rd, depending on how much you
crazy.
Right. And then there's the 5th safety, which is Jay Ward, who we drafted in the 4th round. And then you got Theo Jackson that played pretty decent. Yeah. I mean, Jay Ward's look good too. So
Josh Metellus.
Why? And I was talking this in the last show, is like, well, Jay Ward, we could have had DTR. You know, it's like, you know, why you have Metellus, you have Scene coming back. Why draft? Well, we drafted Jay Ward and we announced him as a corner. Then we got him in and he's not a corner, right? So
yeah,
you know, so he's a safety.
Shout out in the zone, man. My dog, man. Shout out my dog, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my boy. You know what I'm saying? Good show, man. Listen, I don't know, man. It's just weird, like the safety. You know who put me on this, man? So that kid. So that kid, me and him be talking behind the scenes too, and he's like, man, listen, Rap, I'm telling you right now, man, like Kwesi Quasi isn't a good GM, man. You know, like he's like I like his attitude, but he doesn't know how to make moves the right way yet. And you know, it takes time to learn. We've talked about this before. Like being a first year GM probably is harder than being a first year coach. You know what I'm saying? I think so. Like I think so. You know, I think a GM definitely has a little more pressure than a coach. You know, to me. Well, I mean, how you feel? You think the coaching is a harder job than the GM or what?
Um, the coaches got a little bit. Well, I mean, they get the hard job of coaching players, but they don't have to worry about the mathematics and the money side of things and the negotiation with players. They can just say, "Hey, I'm rooting for you," and then then Quasi cuts them. It's like, well, he made the decision, not me. So they got the easier decision there. I'm a mixed bag on Quasi because there has been moves that were pretty good,
Like
and
Hawkinson, right?
I think he's found some guys late in the draft, and I think he's maybe done a little bit better getting
But
in
who? Be
Madison,
specific. Who do you find late in the draft?
Naylor, Ty Chandler, Nick Muse now apparently is stepping up. Jay Ward looks pretty solid at even though he was a fourth rounder, he could have probably went later, I think. And then um, and then a couple of the UDFA's, obviously Pace.
Yeah.
Obviously he was looking at him, but who do you draft this year in the sixth and
I
seventh
worry
round?
about
Oh, and
like,
then go ahead.
well, no, I'm just saying, like, I worry about like the Jalen Nate. Like, I like Jalen Naylor too. I know you were high on him. I like him too. We both kind of like Jalen Naylor. I think Jalen Naylor I thought he was probably going to compete for, wide receiver 3 for sure. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Does Quasi does the team have as much confidence in Jalen Naylor as we do as fans? Because if they did, they wouldn't have went wide receiver in the first round, I feel like. You know what I mean? Or if they did, they wouldn't be bringing in all these wide receivers to kill Harry. Now, yeah, mind you, he had an injury, but still, yet, you know what I mean? Like bringing in Nikhil Harry, bringing in Brandon Powell, which Brandon Powell, I think they brought in for different reasons, like to compete with Jalen
I think he's our punt
Rager.
returner this year.
Yeah, but still yet though, man. I feel like if you have confidence in a guy like how we have confidence in Naylor and how a lot of the fans do, they wouldn't do the things they do. Like, I don't think the Vikings feel the same as we feel because you don't do stuff like that. Like you're literally ignore the offensive line. You literally ignore the defensive line for the most part. You brought in you drafted Jaquelin Roy, but you ignore all of that and you steady bringing in all these running backs and all these wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's almost like they're still trying to find their core wide receivers, like who they think can really mesh with the team, man. I don't know. It's weird, man.
Well,
Like Quasi.
it's also one of those things that people say, why didn't we invest in the offensive line? Well, all 5 of our starters are first round or second round players. So they
Yeah.
invested a lot. So they have a lot riding the Vikings as a team, not necessarily Quasi because he only drafted one of those guys. That we invested first and second round in all of our offensive line positions, and they feel like, hey, they like what you said, why don't they have the confidence in like a Naylor as we do? Well, same deal. They have confidence in this offensive line and we don't. Why don't they see the same things we do? It could go both directions, right? Like, for
Yeah.
instance, Naylor, I thought I was fine with going and getting a Banks at cornerback because I mean, he was a hit. I thought he was one of the best defensive players in this draft. And I'm
Mhm.
like, we went the spot right after us. And I'm like, we could have had Naylor competing at 2 and 3, and we're fine. I think we would have been fine. And find out that Thomas is good, Tristan Jackson is decent, is pretty good too. Both these
Yeah.
guys, we would have been fine, I think, offensively, and we could have invested more in that defense. So that's
Mhm.
hindsight 2020. I think the thing about getting Jordan Addison is they felt they had a a franchise changing player, and Naylor isn't that. I think he's good, and I think
Yeah.
he could have been a fine number 2 receiver in this league. but Jordan Addison is that good at what he does, and I think that's why it's like us going after, not that he's even in the same breath as Moss, but we went after Moss, we didn't need him.
But let me ask you this: doesn't it seem like Kwesi's making moves that are like set up to replace the superstar that we already have? For example, we have Justin,
like Justin go, and then
like we already have Justin Jefferson. You know what I mean? Like we have Justin effing Jefferson, bro, the best wide receiver in the NFL. And yet you go wide receiver in the first round to try to get. Usually, when you go wide receiver in the first round, you're going there to find your guy that's going to be, your Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're trying to do for the most part. I mean, yeah, you want to still have a solid wide receiver too. I guess his logic is thinking, well, if I can have two Justin Jefferson type players, then I guess it would make us. But the thing is this: if you don't have an offensive line that can block, it ain't going to matter because the style of quarterback we have a pocket passing type quarterback. And for some reason, even with Rick Spielman, and I give Rick Spielman his props for going after Christian Darrisaw, right? And getting Christian, because we needed
down for Christian Darrisaw
and moving down and really, really like Christian, like I ain't gonna lie, like Rick Spielman, bro. I know a lot of us didn't like how he operated, but I'm gonna tell you what, like the Darrisaw and the Jefferson pick, bro, he nailed that shit. Like
yeah,
he
those
nailed it.
Like
you don't get any better than that. Like, I mean, literally, like he struck gold on that. Like that is called GMing at its best right there, what he did with those. But now it's almost like, yo, you know what type of quarterback we have. And this is not a knock on Kirk because he's good at the type of quarterback that he is. But I'm just saying, if you look at the team as a whole, it's like, okay, we have a pocket passing quarterback. What is the main thing you need for a pocket passing quarterback? A offensive line. And not only you need a pocket, right? You need a damn pocket. We can't make a pocket. And the truth of the matter is this: not only is it going to affect Kirk Cousins, but it's going to also affect the running game, and that's what I worry about, right? Like, again, I said how I feel about Madison. I think Madison's going to do good. I'm actually excited that he gets a chance to be RB1. We talked about this. I'm not going to go down that road again, but I also said this: the style of running back, right? He's a bruising type running back. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, you need some blockers to be good at his style, because that one thing about Dalvin Cook that we can talk about is Dalvin Cook knew how to make a defender miss. You know what I mean? And we got to see if goddamn Madison's going to be able to do that, consistently, throughout a game. Now I feel like Chandler kind of possesses that skill.
He has a little bit what Dalvin Cook has. It's just they're different players. Dalvin's shorter and then more compact and probably a little more explosive, because Ty Chandler didn't have the quick off the, he doesn't have that initial burst as much as Dalvin Cook does, but he surprised me that he does have that. He does have that. And he sees the holes pretty good. And I want to see more catching out of the backfield from him.
SK, I don't know. Are you talking about the offensive line? I don't know what the hell SK talking about. SK is definitely a Kirk stan now. Like SK has came out of the closet, y'all. He is a Kirk stan 100%. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I'm riding with Kirk this year. That's a fact. Like I rode with him last year too at the beginning. You remember, Dave, when we started this whole YouTube thing. Like I said, I was the one saying
you led the
Kirk
league in MVP videos.
MVP, yeah, like
you led the league in Kirk Cousins MVP videos.
Because like my thing is this, man, and I tell everybody this: as much as I might talk on players and shit like that, I'm gonna tell you right now, I always say this: what's most important is I am a Vikings fan before anything, and it's hard for me not to ride with the boys, man. Like as much as, even if I hate the mother, like not hate, I don't want to use the word hate, but even if I want to go a different direction, let's just say that, once reality sinks in, like, hey, this is gonna be the situation, or nothing we can do to change it. Man, we got to just jump on board and just pray for the best. You know what I mean? And hey, so yeah, man, at the beginning of the season, I usually always jump on the train. And then as the season goes, hey, I make my damn, I make my assessment, man, as the season goes. Rap not gonna say it at SKOL'd. Say what? Rap ain't gonna say what? You talking about Kirk? You talking about Kirk Cousins? Man, shit, you crazy. You okay? I know what you talking about. Y'all make sure y'all pop out at Skull Fest though for sure, man. Pop out at Skull
Yeah,
Fest
y'all
for
get to
sure.
meet Jade.
Yeah, Jade will be in the
She'll
building. Shout
she's
out
doing
Jade.
she'll do everybody's horoscope while you're there.
Yeah, man. She might read your palm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. You
she's
might
gonna have some tarot cards set up.
read your palm. You know what I'm saying? Might get your palm reading. You know, all type
Can
of
we get
stuff,
a
man.
confirmation on that, Jade? You still in the chat? You gonna do some tarot card reading?
But yeah, man, I had to get that off tonight, man. You know, there's just a lot of things throughout the week that I was just thinking about, man. And we're gonna start paying attention to the comments, man. We're gonna get y'all involved here. But yeah, just a lot of things I was thinking about with Quasey, man. It's like almost like, you know, since we were talking about the Nick Muse thing and like, you know, the Hawkinson extension hasn't happened yet. The Justin Jefferson thing hasn't happened yet, which we know that obviously Justin Jefferson, they're gonna try everything in their power, but it's like it's almost like they're drafting, you know, it's almost like Quasey's like drafting people, even Lewis Seen in the first, going safety in the first round when you have a Harrison Smith on your team. It's almost like this dude is just like trying to, our best player on our team is the wide receiver. Our best player on our defense is a safety. All right, so I'm gonna draft a safety my first year, and then the next year I'm gonna draft another wide receiver. It's like, no, bro, those positions are we already have superstars at those positions, bro. What you need to do is draft a superstar guard or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you need to do, you know, because there's a guy, I think it's the guard on the Colts or something, that's a Pro Bowler all of a sudden now, and he came out. You know what I mean? Like, I think he was a rookie last year or something, but he was like on track to be a Pro Bowler and shit. And it's like, bro, we could have got them type of guys. I mean, you know how much of a difference that would make, bro. If we get one solid guard on this line, bro, do you know how much of a difference it's gonna make for the Minnesota Vikings and a solid defensive tackle as well? You know, like for sure. We'll see, man. The jury's out on Jaquelin Roy, man. He thought he was old. Oh, he thought Harrison Smith was old. Like, man, listen, Harrison Smith is up there, but man, I think the defense we played last year kind of took him out. And it also benefited in a way. I don't know if this was me and you, Dave, when we were talking, but it might have been me and Dave, but I said, you know, the defensive style that Ed Donatel played last year with Harrison Smith, it actually benefited us for him staying a Viking because I think it actually saved his body a little bit. Like he actually didn't have to work as hard. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Well, Ed Donatel's defense required a pass rush, and we got no push up the middle at all this last year.
Right. None. And it don't seem like we're getting any in this preseason either. You know,
well, again, the only guy that I feel like has that ability is
Ivan Pace.
we got from the Packers, or the Knowles. Knowles is all right.
Are you talking about Dean Lowry? You talking about
Dean
the guy
Lowry.
from the Pack?
Yeah. Dean Lowry. He's the only guy that can get like a significant, like a bull rush. He's like the only guy out of the front three, right?
SK talk about rap got a Kirk jersey. No, my wife got the Kirk jersey though, for real. I showed it on stream. I showed my wife's jersey on stream. She got the Kirk jersey, man. You know what I mean? She a Kirk fan. Man, listen, I told y'all once his wife said they still shop at Target and Kohl's, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It was a renap. You'll never see RAP with a Kirk jersey on it. I promise you that. Dave got one. Dave bought a Kirk jersey, didn't you?
Yeah,
Dave?
I want all the smoke.
Yeah. Dave won all the smoke, man. He got his Kirk jersey. He gonna be repping his.
I own two things with Kirk Cousins on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all too, man. Make sure y'all tapping in on the live streams this year during the game because there's a possibility that Kirk jersey I showed y'all. It's a possibility it might get blown up. You know what I'm saying? I might just accidentally.
This was the only thing I owned.
Oh, okay. I might accidentally spill some. I might accidentally spill some lighter fluid on that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm like tripping, just oops, and then a lighter might just fall out my pocket.
I just set you on fire.
Nah, not while it's on her. I'm talking about during a live stream. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. I doubt he's gonna make me that mad. Listen, against the Bucks, which it's crazy. I keep bringing up Madden, like I play Madden, but it's weird. You know how Madden has like the X Factor players and the stars and like, listen, the Bucks had like 5 of them on their defense. Like, is their defense fire like that? Like, I don't know, man. Shit, the Bucks might have a stout defense, man. I think we're looking past the Bucks, but I don't think we should.
I bet our defense is crap on Madden.
Yeah, I think it's like 77 or it is pretty bad. It is pretty bad. But I can tell y'all like Madden's prediction of the starters, right? Let me tell y'all this because this is funny. So Madden's prediction of the starters on like they have Joe Jawan, Joan Williams. I always call him Joe Jawan, but Joan
I
Williams.
do
What's up?
too.
What's up? So that I see in the building, Norris in the building. What's up with you? So they have Jawan Williams starting on one side, obviously Murphy on the other side. And then they have obviously Harrison Smith. Um, they have Danielle Hunter, you know that. I forget to be real. As far as the slot go, they have Cameron Bynum starting. So Scene doesn't even start on Madden. I'm gonna tell you right now, even Madden doesn't have Lewis Scene. Lewis Scene's like the third safety on that shit for real. Like that's weird, dog. Like we're talking about a first round pick here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's weird about it. We're talking about a first round pick. So he said, I'm smacking anybody in Madden. Man, man. Everybody talk like that when they on the internet. You know what I'm saying? But then when it get time to press power on the game, man, you know what I mean? I busy. Oh, I gotta
Everybody has a plan and
grass.
they get punched in the nose.
Yeah, I gotta cut the grass, man. Oh, I gotta, oh man, I gotta wash the dishes, man. I might get on tomorrow. Like, man, listen. I'm about time to hear all that. Like, listen, I rap, man. That's my tag name. EYERAP 228, man. Holla at your boy. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'll show you. But nah, man. But yeah, man. So like, how we feeling? Let's talk about real quick, man. Let's talk about the. I don't want to talk about all the running backs, but we were on Dykes, and I know you were saying something about him, about his you couldn't really find no film and stuff, which I looked at that too. I couldn't either, but I did see Will Raggett. Shout out to Will Raggett showing a couple of the plays that he had.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna tell you, man, his
Twitter.
jump cut nasty. Yeah, his jump cut nasty. I think he got that vision. You know, I kind of like. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of liking the dog, man. I really am.
I did see a mic'd up of him in practice for the Spiders, and he's got a personality. He looks like he's he'll fit in. I think he'll fit in really well. But yeah, just from the I saw that in the game, and he had the bird's eye view of it, and it looks even more impressive. That he read the holes and hit them right, and caught a pass, and 6.6. I think it was 6.7 yards a carry. So pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good debut, man.
Yeah, I like him, man. I like the motivation he had. On top of him coming in on 48 hours notice, you know what I'm saying, and actually playing in that game, because we just picked him up like 2 days before the game, right? I think it was like 48 hours. Like, yo, like
yeah, the Raggeds posted that. The reason why you don't know him is because we picked him up 2 days ago.
Yeah, like I mean, come on, man. You got to give the guy some props, bro. And out of the running backs that night, he was the one that stood out the most, not only in obviously the couple kick returns he had that were pretty decent, but just hitting the hole. He hits the holes. He hits the holes a little different, man. He really does.
McBride had a decent night, but I think, I agree with you. Dykes is the one that stood out. Well, I mean, Ty Chandler early, but then he kept getting stuff later. But I still feel great about Ty Chandler, but yeah, the guy that stood out the most in the second game was definitely Dykes.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm like. I think my most exciting thing to see as the season starts is the running back in the running game, because I think what it is like, and I'm not calling out all the fans, but I'm saying I think some people just in general, like even the NFL feels this way too. Like obviously they feel like you don't have to have a running game to win football games. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, listen, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening if we can't move that rock. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that on that run. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. It's simple football. If you don't have to bring people down in the box, what does that mean? That means you're just going to have more defenders back there bracketing Justin Jefferson, bracketing Jordan Addison. Like that was the thing with Dalvin Cook, was you had to respect the home run hit. You had to respect it. So it would bring people down in the box, because if you didn't, there was a chance that he would break off for a 50-yard run. Now, if you don't have that threat anymore, then I'm going to tell you right now, after a couple weeks of teams noticing, oh, they don't got that home run threat, it's going to make Kirk's job harder. It's going to make JJ's job harder, Addison, KJ, Hawkinson. I mean, it's going to happen. So not to say I believe we still can possess it, because I do, like you said, I think Ty Chandler he gives me that home run threat kind of vibe. I think he can do that. You know what I mean? I think he has that skill to like hit that sideline and take off on something. So we'll just have to see. But I'm excited to see how we manage the run game and how we're actually going to split the ball, split the rock up. You know what I mean? Because I know Madison. We know Madison's going to be good as far as being able to hold it down if it need be a 3-down back, because he's like that. He's built like that. You know what I mean? But that home run threat, though, as far as dictating the defense, like making the defense come down so that we can throw over the top to Justin Jefferson. You know, those are things that are going to play a big part this season, if you ask me. Let me see.
SK is
Yeah.
saying Tristan's gonna be a lock.
Yeah. Let's talk about Tristan. All right. So this is the thing. This is the thing, man, with Tristan Jackson. This is the thing with all of them, to be real. This is the thing with all of them. Tristan Jackson. I know SK like Tristan Jackson. He said that my twin. I like Tristan Jackson too. But my thing is this. I feel like I could go out there in training camp and we can put up some highlights, man. I'm gonna just keep it real. I think RAP still got it, man. You know what I mean? I think I can go out there and make a little one-handed catch or so every once in a while. But the truth is, when the lights are bright, man, when it's time to go out there and people are actually trying to tackle you, I stated this in the video, actually trying to break the ball up, like, you know, it's a different ball game. Now, credit, I know Dave made a point too in one of his videos where, you know, the couple catches that he did have, there were penalties that brought him back. But,
Yeah.
you know, still yet though, man, like, I don't know, man. During the games, though, we haven't seen my boy perform like that, though. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't performed like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I don't know. I don't know if he's a lock, SK. I'm just keeping and Naylor coming back tomorrow. So
Yeah,
I don't
Naylor
know,
coming
man. He might
back
be
and
in
not
trouble.
going on the IR at all. You got Noel. Is it Knowles? Powell. Powell winning the punt return job most. I think Rager. Who knows? We owe him $2 million. It's really tough to tell. I prefer probably have if I'm gonna have Powell that I would have Christian Jackson over Rager.
Yeah.
Honestly, Christian Jackson has impressed me. He's like Nick Amuse. He's grown since last year. Like he was an after. Tristan Jackson was okay.
Yeah.
He was a UDFA. He was a man among boys playing for Syracuse. It looked like because of the
Mhm.
competition they were playing. So it's
Yep.
really hard to tell. He had over 1,000-yard season for Syracuse. He had big play after big play. And then it didn't look like he was going to translate to the NFL like that. But I did think that he would be a NFL. He would play in the NFL. Like he was going to be, like he had a chance of having a career. When I did my receiver breakdown last year, so I was expecting him to be like this. So this
Yeah.
is it's nice. I'm glad he's meeting my expectations.
Yeah. Embrace the suck said Powell over Rager. I'm gonna tell you right now, we talked about this. Rager, if we get rid of Rager, we're gonna owe money. Like we pretty much got a paid team to take him. You know, Powell, you can let him walk without any, it isn't gonna matter. So that I
I
think
think we lose like 800. I think we take a hit. I think it's
yeah, and
800,000 or something. But
ETS,
it's
like that's the only thing with me. So I don't know. And I think Rager, let's just be real about it, man. Like
had a good
Purple
first
Gang,
game.
you already know. Purple Gang, let's get it. Let's just be real with it. He did have a good first game, which I don't give him too much. I don't give him too much flowers for that because we're talking about a first round pick that got picked before JJ too. When we're talking about Rager. So when I see him playing against twos and threes and doing good like that, I'm not gonna put too much weight up in there because I seen him playing against ones. You know what I mean? I'm not forgetting last year. Listen, he's been in the league long enough. We ain't talking about no rookie here. We talking about a guy that's didn't do good on in Philly and ain't do good for us yet. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying. So yeah, he might have did okay during the preseason game, but listen, do y'all think that's gonna translate when week one if he was to go out there? I don't think so. You know what I
One of
mean?
the
I'm just
things
keeping it
I
real.
one of the things I maybe have optimism for him, like let's just a positive spin on it, is that I don't think he knew the playbook at all. I mean, how
No,
many how
that's
many
true.
interceptions did he cause for not running, bailing on a route or
Yeah.
not sitting down in the zone against Indy? He cost two picks and one touchdown. the other way because of him. And then he doesn't seem like he was, and he, as a person that I've seen interviewed, doesn't seem like he's got, you know, the the capacity to learn a offense
the
fast.
mental capacity.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the book smarts to get that whole playbook down. And
Yeah,
he didn't have an off season. He got brought in
yeah,
right at the end of
yeah.
camp.
Right,
So, and then he didn't get much playing time, and he was mainly the
right,
punt returner. Now this year he's got
right,
an off season. He's got the second year in the playbook. He did look
right.
really good in that preseason game. He was wide ass open on most of the plays, but there was one where he got smoked right when he caught it and held on.
Yeah.
So that gives me some optimism that he knows the playbook now, and he was almost flawless that first preseason game.
But I also think about it like this too, though. Like, was he really that bad in special teams last year, though, receiving punts
No,
and shit? Like, that's what I'm saying. He really wasn't that bad, bro.
wasn't that bad. He
You know
wasn't
what I
that
mean?
he didn't have any break, he didn't break any, for a long run. Not many. Maybe one two where he got like,
SK commenting off his Facebook now. Boy, you active tonight. You talk about cut Jaron Mahomes Hall, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I mean?
why
Yeah,
when
nah,
we can keep
yeah.
a third quarterback, and with the new rules of them, if a spotter, this is the issue that I have cutting Jaron Hall. We keep three quarterbacks. The reason being is because look what happened to Miami. They had to go to their third freaking quarterback in a game,
Yeah.
right? And if that guy got in a concussion, which was Teddy Bridgewater, they would have been playing whoever.
Yeah.
But with the new rule,
Tyreek Hill would have had to be the quarterback.
yeah, right. With the new rule, if you have two bullets with your first two quarterbacks, if they get ruled out by concussion,
Yeah.
you at least have a third quarterback to
Hey, you
finish
know
the
what?
game.
You know what? Maybe that's what Quasey's doing. Cause Justin Jefferson can throw that rock. Maybe he's like the secret third quarterback.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
he's a
Just
yeah.
like let's get Jordan Addison, because if anything ever happens, right, we can put Justin at quarterback, and then we still have a
I'm
wide
not
receiver
opposed
one
to
in
it.
Addison.
He's probably better than most emergency quarterbacks, and his brother was a starter at LSU.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, I think we on to something. We might be on to something, man.
And he had a perfect quarterback rating.
JJ for QB1? Is that where we're going with this? JJ
Is that too evil to hope? Is there no?
JJ for QB1, man. I don't know, man. There was a play, but no, on a serious note, I was texting Dave earlier about Jaron Hall, and I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I'm sitting back and I'm watching Stetson Bennett. I'm watching a guy named O'Connell on the Raiders. I'm watching these guys, and listen, these guys ain't got world beaters offensive lines, neither. But they're making reads, and if we're gonna talk about, well, their wide receivers are just getting separation. Well, the way we talking about all these Tristan Jacksons and N'Keal Harry, there shouldn't be no excuses there either, because these guys ain't playing with no Super Bowl, rosters either, man. But they're out there looking like they ready to start for somebody, and it's just like, damn, like Jaron Hall, like, listen, if they did a ranking on the preseason rookie quarterbacks, like Jaron Hall literally probably would be the last person on the list. And that's on a serious note when it comes to production. I don't know, man. It's getting sad, man. It's getting sad for our boy, Jaron Mahomes Hall. And I like him, though. You know what I mean? I like him. I just knew, I said it from the beginning, though. He's not going to be the future. You know what I mean? And that's why I say it was almost like a wasted draft pick.
Well,
in a way.
I'm not down on him for the fact that, he's progressed. It's not like he's regressed. It's not like Kellen Mond absolutely looking like ass in that third preseason game. Like, oh my God, I want to shoot myself. I can't believe I just watched that. He played better than that for sure. He improved. I think that's when we drafted him, I thought I think he's going to be a backup in this league. That was after we drafted him, I'm like, this guy's going to be a backup in this league. That's, I don't think he's gonna he has good leadership qualities. It's almost like Kwesi drafts the person rather than the player sometimes.
I agree.
But he has mobility. He runs a 4.6 something 40, and he's got an accurate arm, and he does it for some reason in college and in that first preseason game to N'Keal Harry, his superpower is he throws a nice back shoulder fade.
Cut him
And
in.
you look at his college highlights, that seems like all he did was throw these back shoulder fades to these guys in the end zone. It was
on a
cool
serious note, Bob and Too Evil, you'll like this one. On a serious note, like if we could get Wentz for backup type money, I would bring him in. I'd bring Carson Wentz in as a backup. Like for a backup, like dead ass, I would bring him in over Nick Mullins. I would bring him in. I like him over Nick Mullins. You know, like don't get me wrong.
I was going to tell
Carson
you that
Wentz is probably my least favorite as far as starting quarterbacks went because he dies on every play. You know what I mean? He wants to be a hero on every single play. And, you know, that's his downfall. If he would just let the game come to him, he would be okay, man. But, I mean, this guy just wants to be the hero every single snap. I mean, the handoff, he being extra. Like, man, calm down, man.
Here's Mike Sports Vibes. I saw this earlier. I was going to say something, but now that you brought it up, his title of his video is Carson Wentz, the next Minnesota Vikings QB ?
What?
Yeah,
what?
Mike Sports Vibes is doing a video.
Nah, man. Mike Sports Vibe just hit me up too, man. He just messaged me on Instagram too. I figured he would be in the building because he said he sent me something in the mail. I ain't go check
Here,
the mail.
I gave him his 12th view and a thumbs up on the video.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm telling you right now, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hell nah, not no QB1. Get out of here. Now, him and Too Evil, they'll be on Too Evil. You need to go on Mike Sports Bob's video and comment on that, man. You know, definitely go comment on that. You know what I'm saying? But
I won a beer last year because I picked Wentz over what's his name for the draft by the Bears.
Over Justin Fields.
No, he was drafted by the Bears, and I forget which team he was starting for. The former starting quarterback for the Bears.
Andy Dalton?
No, the other guy. The one they drafted like first overall or something like that.
Oh, Mitch Trubisky.
Trubisky. Yeah, you said Trubisky was better than Wentz, and I said,
yeah.
The first quarterback that loses his job, the other guy wins, and you bought me a beer in Miami.
Yeah. That's right. Yep. You did win a beer off that.
I'm not giving you any money. I'll buy you a beer.
I still stand on that take. I still believe Mitch Trubisky's better than
Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz almost won the MVP award.
He did though. He did. I think the injuries. But then like after he won the MVP award, like he just started to trying to play hero ball.
Well, he didn't win it. He could have won it if he didn't get hurt. That was the 2017 season.
I mean, it's like 2nd and 1, bro. Like relax, like hand the ball off right. Like, why are you trying to be hero, man? 2nd and 1, man. QB sneak it or something. I don't know, but yeah, man. But I would like again, no BS though. I would take him as a backup. I think he would be considered one of the best backups in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
He's a smart dude. He's got one of those. He's a really intelligent dude. It's hard to fathom, but he's one of those guys that had a really big Wonderlic score and pretty intelligent dude.
Trubisky garbage. Yeah, Trubisky. Don't get me wrong. Now, these are guys we're talking about backups, like for real. And when guess what? When you got a backup, you hoping that they never got to come in. You know what I mean? Like that's the truth of the matter. You get them in there. You know, they can throw some good balls at practice and stuff like that. But hey, man, you don't want your backups to be having to start. You know what I mean? That's the one plus again that we take for granted with Kirk is we usually never have to see a backup come out there and play, man. Only one time since I've been a Vikings fan, since Kirk's been the quarterback at that, and that was because the that thing. We can't really say it. Because they'll YouTube still like out here monitoring and stuff with that word, but you know what it was. He got sick. My boy got sick, man. For sure. But yeah, it happened twice. There was twice.
No, I mean, he's missed 2 games because he missed the last game in 2019 when we played the Bears. We sat him because we were in the playoffs. That was the last game I went to, and I got.
That don't count. I'm talking about because of a injury or illness, something's not happening. Yeah, it's the middle of the season. As far as like last game of the season, we already done locked the bracket. Yeah, I ain't tripping on that. But like Sean, I'm just glad. Aren't we glad that we off the Sean Mannion train though? God damn that.
Oh God, that deserves a hell yeah.
That was like quick. Yeah, that deserves a damn Ric Flair right there, man.
Woo,
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel
Mannion,
like that was one of Quasey's first things he did, boy, was get rid of Sean Mannion, isn't it?
Hey, that alone allows him a 5 to 10 year cushion at GM, is that he was the guy that got rid of Sean Mannion.
Hey, he came.
I don't care
right
what you say in the
first
chat.
thing he did, but hey, he probably told the Wilfs, "Hey, look, I'll take the job under one circumstance, bruh. Like, you have to let me release Sean Mannion. You know what I mean?
And
like, you have to let me release Sean Mannion."
he released a 3rd round quarterback in Sean Mannion. That's balls. That's a little bit of balls, and brought in a guy off the street to be our backup. So hey, he made a decision.
Yeah,
It
man.
was the
How we
right
feeling
one.
about Jordan Ta'amu, man? Jordan Ta'amu, man. I hope he gets to play. Like, there's enough time now where he can learn at least enough where we might be able to see him play this week right here. So I'm excited to see that, man.
I wouldn't mind, and then you bring players in just in case you need them later, and if they're available and you see what they got. And that was a smart move, I think.
Yeah.
I think he was brought in because he's not going to play Mullins. I think he's not going to play Mullins, and I think he's going to let Hall start and then let this Tamu finish the game.
Bold prediction. I'm gonna do a bold prediction right here, man, because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be able to clip this after Saturday's game. All right. After Saturday's game, y'all make sure y'all paying this attention, man, because we're gonna come back and touch on this. After Saturday's game, Jordan Ta'amu, Vikings fans, me, you, everybody in the chat is going to be raving about him and saying, "Hey, this guy might be the future." Watch. I'm telling you right now, he's going to play so good, good enough to where like Vikings fans are really going to see a slither of hope of him being the future. Watch what I say. Watch what I say. I'm going to be on that train too. Watch what I say, man.
Moving on up to the sky.
Hey, after Saturday's game, man, Vikings Twitter gonna go crazy. Oh, Jordan Ta'amu. Oh, that's all right. He might be our future. I'm telling you. I don't know how old he is. I think he's only
25, I think.
Yeah,
Ta'amu's our future. Muse above TJ Hawkinson.
I'm telling you,
we got all sorts of hot takes this game or this show.
Hot takes. And the reason why is because, I think Quasey's a beast at just, he might not know how to draft, but goddamn it, after the draft over, oh, he know how to make the moves. You know what I mean? UDFAs, bringing in XFL. He's an XFL specialist.
Aaron Dykes MVP.
Aaron Dykes from Richmond Spiders. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We got to give the boy some props, man. You know what I mean? So he will be the new Kyle Sloter. Exactly. There you go. There you go, Day. It's going to be like that. It's going to be those type of vibes. Like after Saturday's game, man, Jordan will be the new Kyle Sloter, man. Like Vikings fans will be calling for him.
So watching Purple Daily show, they talked about the measurables between Ta'amu and Hall, and Hall scored higher, especially in vertical leap compared to like Ta'amu, who had like 25 percentile. So, but all the other things they were pretty even in. So he's an athlete. But honestly, Jaren Hall is even a better one. But he's probably got the height factor on him.
Who? Jaren Hall's a better athlete than who?
Athlete than Ta'amu.
You think so?
Well, according to the relative athletic scores and the measurables.
I don't know about that, man. Ta'amu.
Well, I'm just saying with Purple Daily put them side by side and
man, anyways. Shout out Purple Daily, but they ain't the end all be all, man. I don't know about that.
I'm just saying physical measurables. Because Jordan Addison doesn't measure out of this world.
I got
but he plays football very well. So I'm not saying that one's better than the other. Both of them are athletes. Both of them are athletes. It's just Jaren Hall's got more explosive ability with the jump and leap and stuff, which is not a big measurable for a quarterback. But so that being said, I think I like that we brought him in. I think it'd be cool because you can keep 16 guys in the practice squad that we can bring him in and bring him into camp next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm excited to see Jordan, man. I hope we get to play him, man. I hope we get to play him Saturday. And now listen, that take that I said, man, that's obviously him. He has to play. All right, y'all. So don't be coming back on me on Sunday talking about all rap you was wrong.
You
Like,
talking about
listen, you
Jordan
gotta
Addison?
play, man. You gotta play. No, I'm talking about Jordan Ta'amu. My bad. You were talking about Addison just now, but I'm just talking you.
Oh,
You talking about
no, I'm talking. Yeah, Tamu. I
yeah,
forgot his
Jordan
first
Ta'amu
name. It's
versus
Jordan. Sorry, I forgot
yeah,
his first name.
yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, that I just want to make sure, that he play. He gotta play, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. And Tom Brady was a turtle. What? I seen something, man, where somebody said, Dantzler, here we go, Skull Barber, man. He said, the Texans signed Cameron Dantzler. Hope he makes it there. Every team he gets on cuts him. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's weird, man. Cameron Dantzler, I think he might have some kind of personality issue, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it real. There got to be a personality
It's
issue. You're not going to
almost like
tell me that there's that many better quarters than him, especially on Washington for one. Now I ain't gonna lie, the Forbes kid, he's a beast. I liked him coming into the draft. He was a guy that I was looking at. But Emmanuel Forbes, I think he's good. But you ain't gonna tell me that he went to the Bills too, and they couldn't use his services, not even as a backup. And then now he's at the Texans. Like, you ain't gonna tell me, name me one Texans cornerback. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he get cut by the Texans, something just wrong with his attitude. Maybe he's an attitude. Maybe he just got an attitude issue, man. I don't know.
I
He
think
might
it's
have a
that
personality
because why
problem.
cut him, right?
Right. Like, I feel like shit. I feel
That's
like
what I'm
we
saying.
could use him right
That's
now,
what I'm
like as a
saying. Why
backup.
why did we could have used him? Why did we cut him? And I have to say it's probably because he left the team for non-football related
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah. He
And
does seem like he does seem like he might get into like a maybe like a little diva mode, like a little brat mode, like, oh, I'm mad. I'm mad at the team. I'm not going to practice today. He gives me he gives me those vibes. I might be wrong, we just making a judgment, but that's what hey,
I
listen. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I was gonna say I would assume that was the case. That's the only thing because of the what happened
Yeah.
and him not being there at the end of
Right.
the season. It
And I
leads me to
know,
believe that that was
yeah.
the case.
Yeah. And I know, like, on y'all show, y'all did earlier too. You know what I mean? How Day was talking about how he never, says players are this and players are trashing it. And I commented on there. I was like, no, that's
I do, yeah.
that's for me. That's for me to do. You know what I'm saying? I do it. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't have the filter. And the reason why is because at the end of the day, man, like these players or it's the same thing as watching a movie that they're hyping up and it comes out and you'd be like, oh, that movie was trash, bro. Like it was garbage. Like Denzel, he was trash in that movie. I expect Denzel to be better than that. It's garbage. It's the same thing. Like these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to play a sport, bro. Like they don't give a fuck. Like straight up. You could call them whatever you want. They can say, you can call me what you want, just can't call me broke. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. So, you know what I mean? They don't, man. It is what it is, man. You sign up for this. You know what I'm saying? That's what you sign up
And
for. Now, obviously, you ain't gonna talk about their fan. I ain't gonna cross no crazy lines, but I'll call a player trash in a minute. You know what I'm
so one of the
saying?
things I had to address the first time I had D- Darrell Madison on was one of the first things I said. And your son, a while back, this was during the season last year, and it was like your son, a
Yeah.
while back, got a little got cracked back a little bit on Twitter about people calling for him to be traded. And I'm gonna admit,
Yeah.
I was one of those people,
Yeah.
only because I thought he deserved to be a starter somewhere. And
Right.
that and that would be the only reason why. And he said keep that same energy
Yeah.
on the season. Sure enough, we win 13 games. The rest is history. But I was one of those dudes. So it's like one of those situations where, oh, I remember you. You're the one who said
Yeah.
that, and I don't want to have
Yeah.
one of those situations.
Oh,
And
I do. I
and
do.
I took it to heart off air of Chuck Foreman telling me
Yeah.
and saying, "Hey, players hear you,"
Yeah.
and so that I
Be
took that to
careful.
heart.
Be
So
careful what you say. Be careful what you say. Yeah,
players
I mean,
hear
I
you.
get it. I get it because they do be tapped in. But hey, look, I'm the type where I like to just keep it 100, bro. Like I'm gonna speak how I feel. I think that's what makes me me, though. You know what I mean? Somebody got to do it. You know what I
Well,
mean? Somebody got to do it.
in my last show they were talking about with Paul Allen, he doesn't, he's not negative against the team. I'm like, dude has to walk into that building and he does a
Yeah.
show. He does interviews,
and he's
there.
also paid by the Vikings.
And he's paid. Have you gone on the radio and bitched about your other employees? No.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like, can you go to your job right now and say, "Oh, this company sucks"? At the same time,
yeah. Why do they have this Ed
like,
Donatell in here? Let's get rid of that SOB. And then, hey Ed, hey Ed, on walking your way out.
Yeah, like he has no choice. But see, like at Triple P, I got a choice. You know what I mean? I can say what the hell I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look here. It is what it is. But I mean, I'm a Vikings fan before anything, and I try to be positive for most of the players, though, for sure. You know what I mean? Unless they piss me off. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's not just being a diehard fan, man. That's what the word fan is. You're a fanatic. You know what I mean? Like you really, I told y'all, like when the Vikings lose on Sundays, bro, it literally affects my day. Like it literally, and matter of fact, the next couple days, to be real, from like Sunday, say if we lose on Sunday, I don't get back normal until like Wednesday night. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't get back normal until like Wednesday night.
I don't get normal until we win again.
Yeah, sometimes it's that too, depending on how we lost and who we lost to.
And sometimes even if we win badly, you know, it's like, yeah, we didn't deserve to win that game, you know.
Right,
it's like,
right. Yeah, but you know, hey, look, I look at like Alexander Madison, like Darrell, like I expect him to ride for his son. That's his son too, you know what I mean? So I would be the same way. I ain't gonna lie, but you can't really. Yeah, you can't pay attention to, you know, those players and stuff, man. They can't pay attention to the podcasts and stuff like that, man. They got bigger things they need to focus on. Like it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine trying to track down everybody that said something bad about you, bro. Like Vikings fans, if they were to go on Vikings Twitter sometimes, bro, like some of the smaller players do, the players that, you know, are kind of on the borderline of making the team, but like players like Justin Jefferson and Kurt, they don't really pay attention. They don't, man. They're not paying attention to none of that BS, bro. Like, they don't
definitely.
give a damn about none of that.
Hey, Mike Sports Vibes is in the chat. We just plugged your show because we heard Carson Wentz is going to be our next QB.
Yeah, man. We heard you want Carson Wentz as QB1. Like,
do we have to watch the video, bro? Do we have to watch the video to find out if you want Carson Wentz to be our QB?
I can bring it up, man. Mike, you want us to go play your video, man? Like, seriously, man. Carson Wentz, bro. Like, come on, Mike, man. Explain yourself, man. The chat need that. Now,
it's probably a video just like you trading everybody.
Yeah, like too evil gonna rock with you. And Mr. I want to mock. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna rock with you. Because they like Carson Wentz. And I said, listen, I'll bring him in as a backup. He would be considered a good backup. You know what I mean? Somebody you might need 2 games. I think he got 2 games in him. I think he got 2 games in him. Let me see, man. Hold on real quick, man. Let me see if I can.
And he had a pretty big game, a couple games last year, but other than that, it went to crap.
Yeah. Mike, man, you want us to play your video on live, man, right now, and so you can explain yourself?
Don't copyright us,
chat, man.
You'll probably copyright us.
Mike, go hit us with the copyright strike, man. Y'all using my content over there, man. Hell nah. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do that. Nah, man. But
hey, if you guys haven't gone to Mike Sports Vibes yet, he's a character, man. He's on a good show.
Put on a great show, man. Make sure you go subscribe.
They're vibes. They're definitely Mike Sports Vibes there.
Facts. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. All right, man. So let's do this, man. Drop a W in the chat, man. If we're going to win on Saturday, drop an L if you think we're going to continue the streak, man. Let's do this, man, because we about to get out of here.
If Miami go undefeated and lose every preseason game, we can too.
Yeah. And at the beginning of the show, for the ones who missed, man, you know, Dave said the Washington Commanders have won, what, 20-something?
24 in a row.
Wow. That is freaking crazy. That might be the craziest shit I heard all week.
That's like almost like a mathematic anomaly. That's like,
oh, we got L's in the chat. Damn.
I'm with you guys. I was an L last week too because we are not playing anybody. Even our main backups were not playing.
So what is that saying? So is that saying that we literally have the worst depth in the NFL? Is that what that's saying?
I don't think it means that.
It gotta mean something.
Well,
It
here
gotta
I'm
mean
just
something.
saying it's a different philosophy. They decided the Rams didn't play anybody either preseason when he was with them, so he brings it over to our team, and then we have then then we this year we decided to have 2 weeks or what 2 practices 1 week, 2 practices another of joint practices, right? And that's where he's gonna find out what we got. I think that's where he's gonna do it. And that means and the fact that you said we had the worst backups ever, we're not playing like Johnny, we're not playing Munt. We're not playing, our backup tight ends. We're not playing some of our backup defensive linemen or we're not playing a lot of those guys either. So it's like we're not even putting our second string out there. We're only putting half our second string and then all these other guys that are not going to make the team. So they're putting out their second string, we're putting out our third team. It's like that's what it seems like to me.
North said, "No, Rap. It's all about seeing what you got in depth all around." Yeah, it's but Norris, man, it's looking like we ain't got no depth though. Like for real, like can we afford a injury? Like, can we afford an injury? I don't think we can. I don't think we can, man. Like we're not in a lot of positions. We can't.
I
I ain't gonna
think
lie to you.
I think we need to bring in. I think once cuts happen, we got to bring in like a lineman.
Like, could you
Um,
imagine if
a D,
Christian Darrisaw like accidentally, gets another concussion or something, or Brian O'Neill tweaks him, bro?
and then Vidarian Lowe show.
Or,
Vidarian Lowe.
or remember this. Let's take you back down memory lane, Vikings fans. Remember when Garrett Bradbury had the back injury and he was out for a little while, and we had to put Reed in there? Y'all remember that game? Do y'all
Well, it
remember
was the
that?
Packers. We had Schlottman. He gets hurt on the goal line, and then was that the jump pass? No, I remember. Was that the jump pass?
No, where you talking
Oh,
about that? No, because Bradbury caught that.
so
No, this
this is what we did. We Schlottman gets hurt. We bring in Wright, and what do? We
we bring
run
in Reed, Chris Reed.
well, we bring in Chris Reed and we run straight up over the top of him. His first time ever snapping a ball in a game. And we run straight over the top of him. Oh my God.
And just remember all like the false starts and the delay of games because they just weren't on the same page. Remember how horrible it was
Well,
for a
then they
couple
played
weeks
the
having
next
that?
week and he said I saw an interview with him and he said, yeah, that was my first game ever. And I got thrown in the middle of the game. And the next game I had it down. He said the next game I was ready and I had it
Man, but
down.
he didn't play that good at center. He's not a center, man.
I know. I was
Yeah,
really excited about him. I thought he was gonna start. I thought he was gonna start, and then they
like
started
I've never
Ingram.
seen that many Vikings fans ever want Garrett Bradbury back. Me too. Me too.
Yeah, it's
Like
an interesting
I
change. Yeah,
waiting for Garrett. I'm like, please, Garrett Bradbury, please get healthy before the playoffs, man. Please, bruh. Please.
and
Like,
Schlottman in this last preseason game literally tackled Brandel, and two guys go in unblocked to the quarterback. I mean, he had
it's
he had a little better
sad,
first
man.
game, but he had a rough second game.
It's crazy, man. Like, and again, that goes back to the type of quarterback. See, Jaron Hall is able to run around out there and get up out of there. Could you imagine if they throw Kirk Cousins behind that offensive line, bruh? It's a renap, bruh. I don't care, bruh. It's over with. Like, it's over with. It's gonna do him a disservice, man. It's gonna be sad to see him go out like that. Because I'm gonna tell you, it's hard. It'll be hard for anybody to play good behind some shit like that. When you got guys that are completely missing block, like even with the Ed Ingram play that I posted on Twitter, like literally don't even touch anybody. Like I don't even know how that's possible. I don't even know how it's possible for the ball to hike and you literally don't even touch a body.
My only guess is
Like,
he was supposedly giving it up to the center and the center block to the left. And that's the only thing possible.
it's like it's happening too much, man. You know what I mean? It's definitely happening too much, man. 2 times is too many. You know what I mean? Like when we talking about NFL players, man, you're like, come on, man. We gotta do better. I know y'all backups, but come on, man. That's why I say we are on O-line watch, man. We are on O-line watch, Vikings fan. We need, and I said this at the end of my last video, though. I said I do believe, and you just stated this too. I do believe that after the cuts are made and stuff like that, Kwesi is gonna make a move, man. And I think Dalton Reisner will be a Viking before week 1. That's another bold take that y'all can put on there, which it ain't that bold because a lot of us know we brought him in already. I think they kind of already told him what's going to happen, and they're just waiting until the cuts are done. Like that's I think that because it'll make it easier
We
for
got to bring
Quincy to
in
just
at least one offensive lineman and
yeah.
at least one defensive lineman.
I think Dalton Risner is going to be a Viking when it's all said and done before week 1. I know some people think they're going to wait until after week 1 and bring them in. I know Day was saying that, trying maybe bringing them in after Tampa game
Well, he's saying
after we see the
we
results.
shouldn't do it, but that's why they would do it.
Yeah,
and
no,
because
I say we're going to bring them in next week. In the next week, because the rosters come out on Wednesday, right? The 20 or the 29th. What day is that? So if the 26th is, so that's Monday. So yeah, I say by next Friday he'll be a Viking. So I say by next Wednesday he'll be a Viking. You know what I'm saying? If they come out, no, the 29th. So
no,
they
it's
come out
Tuesday.
Monday.
29th Tuesday.
29th Tuesday. So by next Friday, I say by next Friday, man, he's gonna be a Viking.
And we got 2 weeks off without playing a game.
Oh yeah, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was straight through. I thought we do. Yeah, there is a 2-week break.
2 weeks off before we play the.
Why'd I see somebody post on Twitter saying, "Oh, after the first preseason, once the first preseason game started, they were going to be 22 straight weeks or whatever, some weird crazy number of Vikings football every weekend, except for
probably didn't think that we had 2 weeks off.
Probably didn't think we had to break
either until recently.
Set me up.
I didn't realize it either until the other day. I'm like, hold it. Yeah, it's like 3 weeks to go.
Shout out, I want to mock, man. He said I presently have him going 17-0. 17-0. Let's get it, man. I see. Hey, real quick too, and then we'll wrap this up though, because man, we've been on. But like, our Jade says she has us going like 6-11,
and then she changed it to 9-8.
Bruh, 6-11, and then 9-8. Wow, like
they should hire her at ESPN.
6-11 though. That's crazy. Yeah, Rap. If Rosner isn't a Viking by then, will you get a Wentz tattoo? Probably not. I'm not gonna lie to you, Too Evil, man. Probably not. You know what I mean? I'm not getting a Wentz tattoo. Never, ever. Now, if Wentz comes to the Vikings and wins us a Super Bowl, oh yeah, I'm getting it. AJ say Michael Carter. Hey, yeah, I like Michael Carter. You know what I mean? The running back. You talking about the running back from the Jets?
No, I think he's talking about. Isn't Carter the defensive or the outside linebacker for us?
No, that's Andre Carter. That's Andre Carter.
Okay.
Yeah, which he plays like a blind man. I'm sorry, he do. Like that dude.
He is not ready for the NFL yet.
He's not ready. Yeah,
I think we could cut him and get him on the practice squad.
Definitely can cut him. Definitely can cut.
I think practice squad though. I mean, I think.
Hold on, I got one for that.
Bring him back.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice, not a game, not a game. Not a game. We talking about practice.
We talking about practice? Like we ain't gonna use him in the game. We gonna.
I don't know much about Michael Carter.
Yeah, Michael Carter. He's a running back from the Jets.
He says a third running back for the Jets.
He's a beast. I think he's coming from North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. North Carolina. Yeah. But yeah, man, and that's the thing too. Andre Carter, when people were like had this picture out with him standing next to Danielle Hunter, and we're saying they're the same size. I'm looking at the picture like where do y'all see that at? I mean, it's obvious.
Honestly, put that guy in an NFL weight program and let's see what he comes up with because he wasn't.
Yeah, but people were saying they were the same size in that picture, and I'm like, no, they're not.
Height, maybe
it's not even close. They might be the same height.
Yeah. Danielle Hunter is a freak of nature looking.
Ain't too many motherfuckers the same size as Danielle Hunter. You know what I mean? Not just Andre Carter. It just ain't too many people the same size as him, bro.
I'm optimistic that you could stash him in a practice squad and feed him and just have him training all year long to get.
My thing is, I said it in my last video. Why'd they sign him so quick? Like, why they sign? Like, you remember? Like, it came out like before rookie mini camps. Like, they like signed him already to the team. Like, you know.
Well, you've already calling people during the draft saying, "Hey, you expect a call from us after this," because these guys are trying to make a team, and a lot of them are going to jump on the first choice. A Pace though can hold out a little bit and say, "Hey, I need some money, because he was like expected to be 5th round. And Carter too, he was expected to kind of get drafted too. So those guys could ask for money.
Yeah.
And then there's some quarterbacks too that can do that. But
do we think do we think the cornerback Jalen Williams is gonna make the team, man? He got an interception in the first game against the Seahawks, man. I think he got a chance to make the team. I think he might can be decent in the slot. He seemed like he can be a guy that can play in the slot, man, nickel corner for sure.
Well, he's got to beat. I mean, if we get rid of Jawan Williams,
nah, he gonna make the team. Jawan Williams on the team.
Well, let me pull up
the who else? Yeah, pull up the cornerbacks. Because how many? Usually what?
So
usually
Caleb Evans, Murphy, Andrew Booth Jr., Jawan Williams, Mekhi Blackman.
Okay, so that's 5 right there.
That's 5. So then, yes, Jalen. Who else? Najee Thompson.
Williams.
Najee Thompson. That'd be 6.
Yeah.
So he's got to beat out if I'm keeping Najee Thompson, right?
Me too.
Yeah. So that means he's got to beat out Jawan Williams, who's 6'2". Like they want to use a guy.
Oh no, that ain't happening. Yeah, he's already made the team. Like, yeah, he's already, and that play he made against the Seahawks, I think that was the Seahawks game where he made that play in the end zone, man. Like that just shows his length. Like he knows how to. It's good. Like you got some people who are tall like that, but they don't know how to use it. Like he knows how to use his length. That's what I like about him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like he knows how to use it.
He's a veteran and whatever, and he was a second-round
but nah, for real, Najee Thompson, like we definitely rock with him. My boy that I told you who linked me with Najee, who went to college with him, he said after the 53-man roster comes out, he's gonna text him to get us some tickets to go to the Carolina game. So he's gonna see if we can get us some down by the field.
I still have the day off for Monday. I still have it scheduled, so I'm not positive I'll make it, but I'm gonna try.
Oh, I'm going. I'm going because it's right there too. Yeah, me and my boy gonna go. Because even my wife was like, if you want to just go with your friends, you can go with your friends too. Like, it ain't a big deal to me. So I'm like, say word. We might just make that happen, and might just be me and him hopping the whip. We just go out there, man. Especially especially he gonna text Najee after he makes the team. He asked me this morning. He said, "You think he gonna make it?" I'm like, "Shit, bro. I know for a fact he making the team, bro.
He's one of the guys that
I know for
everybody's
fact.
talking about.
I'm telling you,
he stood out. He stands out,
bro. He stands out, bro. And I said this, like, his opportunity to stand out is a lot harder than, even a Jalen Williams and stuff that get 15, 20 snaps a game. Like, you think about it. He only has slim opportunity to stand out, and he's standing out, bro. Like, for real. Like, think about it. This man already in 2 preseason games made 3 big plays on special teams on punts, bro. No, the first game, same thing. He laid a motherfucker down. You know what I mean? Gun down there, laid him down. Then also in that game, what else did he do? I think he did something else with in special teams too. Like just had another. I think he had like 2 good tackles that game. Like where right when the guy catch the ball, just laid him out. You know what I'm saying? Like he liked that, man.
He's had a splash play in each game, and this is what pisses me off. We're gonna keep 5 safeties and 6 cornerbacks. We're gonna keep 11 defensive backs. That's a lot. That's a lot. Because Harrison Smith, Cameron Bynum, Josh Metellus, Lewis Seen, Jay Ward. It's 5. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah. And we're gonna let a Muse go. We're gonna let a McBride go. We're gonna let just.
I'm okay with letting McBride go though.
I think he could go.
Coming from all the people that say, you can just get a running back in the 8th round of the draft. I mean, come on, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Well, and I feel now that McBride didn't pop like I hoped he would, that he would. We'll see in this next game, but that he could make it to the practice squad. I didn't think he could until I saw him play.
Yeah. I mean, to be real, like I don't mind keeping the running backs, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm not gonna get over Cook until the season starts, man. I got 3 more weeks, man. Y'all gonna hear me cry about my boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna watch him ball out so hard in New York, and it's gonna hurt my feelings so bad. I don't even want to watch it. Let's be real. I don't even want to watch it.
And
I'm gonna be sad the first highlight I see of Cook just coasting down the sideline.
And a guy that's going to make the team that I didn't have even an ounce of thought he would was Troy Dye.
Oh yeah,
played all right.
Troy Dye he got a chance. I mean, he played. I mean, that's the first game we've seen him play like that in 4 years.
And here's the deal. Like Troy
whatever.
Reeder had 6 tackles. Troy Dye had 2. Why do I have a better feeling after that game? Is because of the pick. I mean, but Troy Dye he had a couple of downhill clock, stuff in the run.
I mean, you are the Reeder ambassador, so sell us.
I mean, you got no. I said he was a backup, man, and he was known as a special teamer. So I thought,
and then we brought in that other guy, right?
Did he play? What's his name?
Did he play on Saturday?
Yes, he did. I think he did.
Oh, okay.
The guy
I'll let you know how confident they are in Troy Reeder as a special teamer when they brought in.
We don't even have that guy. We don't even have that guy listed on our depth chart. The guy you're thinking of.
McBride got a TD. McBride did get a touchdown. I give him that. He got a little 2-yard touchdown. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And he had a decent run before that. Like he had a 10-yard run before that.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, I ain't taking that away from McBride. I mean, I just don't think he gonna be able to do that against no ones.
Yeah, nice. He ain't gonna
do that again. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that against no ones. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think and Ty Chandler's a lot better.
Between Dykes and McBride,
I like Dykes.
The guy that we'd probably utilize more this season would be the talents of a Dykes rather than
absolutely.
Like 2 guys would have to get hurt for McBride to play.
I think Dykes is better already. Like already better than McBride. That's a fact. Like I think Dykes. I'm gonna keep it real with you. That boy Dykes might be able to compete for RB2, man. And I like Ty Chandler. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I love Ty Chandler.
I think he could.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, man. That boy Dykes might surprise some people, man. Mark, listen to what I'm telling you. Boy, that boy different. That boy is different, man. I'm on his train.
I think Dykes makes a really good, third down back, but Ty Chandler's supposed to too. But the fastest guy on the team's Ty Chandler. McBride, I saw 40 time listed on some websites at 4.67. I don't believe that.
AJ crazy. AJ, so you say so Lizzo was talking about Dalvin Cook though when she said she got a guy from the Minnesota Vikings.
There is a bullshit I forget, it's like NFC North Twitter page that puts out some bullshit. And he said that canceled Lizzo finally admitted that it was Dalvin Cook that was the man on the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm telling you, see, my boy's strong. You hear me? Like, I'm telling you, name another running back who can do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it a buck, man. For real. Let's just keep it a buck, man. For sure, man. Shout out my boy Dalvin. Getting it in, boy. See? Man, I'm telling y'all, man, we need the chef on the team, man. I mean,
yeah, I remember all the interviews on the side, and they were like interviewing Thielen, like, "Hey, that Lizzo song who's the guy?" We've been asking around.
I was wondering that too, though. I was wondering that too when that song came out. I was like, "Damn, I wonder if she really is." Sometimes they just say things because it sounds cool, you know what I'm saying? But nah, there's definitely. It's weird because, like, in a lot of songs lately, I've been hearing Minnesota in a lot lately. Like, I've been hearing the word Minnesota a lot. Like, not only like because I'm watching obviously Minnesota podcast, I'm talking about like in rap music. Like, there's a lot of hip hop artists that use the word Minnesota. Like, it just flows right, man. You know what I mean? Like,
anything that rhymes with Oda
flows right. Yeah, man. It goes good, man. Minnesota just, she gonna eat them. Hey, I'm telling my boy Cook putting in that work, man. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I'm telling you, my boy.
Man, she got taken out of running for the NFL halftime show because of all the shit that came out about her.
Every running back can do that. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real, bro. Every running back can do that, man. We had him on our team, man. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Dalvin for that, man. Rap, do you have your own page where we can catch you having too much since last week? Hey, absolutely, man. Purple Pocket Podcast. Go over there to YouTube. Go to YouTube, Sam. Purple Pocket Podcast, man. I be going in every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing some lyrics now, Rap. Hi, Norris.
Hey, Sam Ruthless Rubio, if you haven't already, that's mine too.
Yeah.
I know I'm no rap, but hey, I'm a nice consolation.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, you got to support both of us. Yeah, definitely go to YouTube and type in Purple Pocket Podcast, though. Yeah, for sure, man. Tap in with me, Sam. That's a fact. Yeah, you trust me, you be commenting. Everybody that you see in the chat, they all be commenting. It always be a good time. And I want to break this before we get out of here for real this time. Fridays, I know Dave picked the day too. Fridays, I'm gonna try to be consistent at a certain time. I'm not sure. I think I might do 8 o'clock.
Like
I'm in between 8 Eastern or 9, but I'm gonna do Friday Night Lights, man. It's just gonna be a live on my channel. That it's just gonna be R.A. Peasy, man. Solo. I'm gonna be opening the call lines and I'm gonna try to stay consistent throughout the season. So make sure y'all tap in, man. I'm gonna start it this Friday. So tap in with your boy, man. We're gonna have a party. You know, we're gonna try to, because you know, one thing I wanted to do was give y'all something that y'all can look forward to every single week, where y'all know for sure, like, hey, I know he's gonna be live right now on Triple P. So that's what I'm gonna do, man. It's gonna be Friday nights, man. I'm gonna dedicate myself to that. So, you know, y'all hold me accountable. If a Friday go by and y'all see RAP live ain't scheduled, man, get on me, man. Hold me accountable because I like that. You know what I mean? So let's work together. I'm going to try to be dedicated, man. And we're going to have some good shows on Fridays for sure, man. Go ahead, Dave. Tell them what you got, right?
Well, I was going to say I wasn't doing Fridays. I said I would either do, I'm either going to do this. I'm going to do Thursday or Monday or both. One of those three things. And it would be more, Thursday might vary because I'm going to try to do it when Johnny NFL is available. And then Monday it would be like after work.
Tell him that fire title for the show you got.
The Drive.
Let's go. We're going to get a Ric Flair for that.
I'm thinking about going live right after work on Mondays. I think that'd be fun.
So while you're riding in the car, you can play
to talk about Sunday, you know, or if we're playing Monday night, that'll work out. And then Thursdays, I kind of reserve that for me and Johnny NFL to get together and do a show. Either we record it or go live. We're going live this Thursday. We're doing a 53-man roster prediction. We're going at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. And tomorrow, JJ is coming on the SKOL'd Experience at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern.
Let's go. Trying to recruit another female fan to SKOL'd Fest. I found on Snapchat. Let's go, man. Get her, AJ. Tell her pull up. Tell her she got to pull up, man. The littest party in the city, man. That's a fact. The littest party. Let's do fantasy football. Sam, I can line you up with Yogi. Yogi has a fantasy football league he started. I think he's starting another one too. He has 2 leagues, so I'll line you up with that. I'm not doing fantasy this year, Sam, only because I tried it last season, man. It takes too much. Like, I try to focus on bringing y'all content and going live and stuff like that. I'm gonna keep it real, and I never focus on fantasy. Like, I focus for the first 2 weeks, and then my ADHD just starts kicking in. I just stop giving a fuck about it.
Or that was just an excuse for him having the worst team in the league. One of those.
Or that. You know what I mean? But no, every time I do fantasy football, I just never really, I can't stick with it, man. So you know what? I found out this year, man, I'm just not a fantasy footballer. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the truth, man. I'm not a fantasy footballer.
I went in the playoffs it had the best record. I had the highest scoring team, and I lost the second round of the playoffs. But I scored like 90 points.
But Sam, but make sure you go subscribe to my channel, and then I'll link you up with Purple Rain 247 Yogi. And we'll get you in that league. You know what I mean? Like, we be live. He's doing like a live draft. He be doing live chats and shit. It'd be lit. So you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it for sure. But yeah. But all right, man. We're going to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. SKOL'd Live, 3rd episode, man. Number 4 going to be coming next Tuesday. Make sure y'all here next Tuesday, 9 o'clock. And Matt, guess what? Make sure you in the building. Sam, I want to see you Friday. Sam, Friday, I'm going to hold you accountable, man. Friday, man, I want to see you on Triple P, man. We're going to be lit. Same time, 9 o'clock. Make sure you there. All right, everybody going to be in the building. So I want to see you Friday, man. Show me that you tapped in with the dog, man, for sure. But we're going to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Holler at your boy.
See you tomorrow, JJ.
All right, JJ, man. We love you, dog. We're going to see you tomorrow.